Facebook is deleting your long form content, which means that YouTube is still the #1 platform to be on for content creators. Now, there's so many social media platforms out there today, and you have so many gurus and content creators who are like, you got to be on TikTok, you got to be doing reels on Instagram, you got to be doing YouTube, you got to have a website, you got to be doing Facebook, you got to be on LinkedIn. And for the average entrepreneur, the average solopreneur, that's way too much. Way too much. So as an entrepreneur, I've always been good at focusing. And what I would recommend you do is you focus on the most important aspects of growing your business. And I'm going to tell you why YouTube's so often, but first, I'm going to share this email I got from Facebook the other day, which said Facebook's rolling out changes to its storage policy. All right, for Facebook Live videos in particular. Starting February 19th, Facebook Live videos will be retained for 30 days by default. And then after 30 days, they will be deleted. This is taking effect retroactively too. So any live video content that you put on Facebook, whether it's a podcast, whether it's just you going live and sharing something, it's all going to get deleted. Okay, probably because it's costing them a lot of money to store all this video content. So what does that mean? It means that if you put a piece of content out on Facebook, it dies in 30 days, which is not the case here on YouTube. And your content dies on Instagram, it dies on Facebook, it dies on, maybe LinkedIn, it sticks around for a little bit, but there's no other platform where you could put a piece of content out and then a decade later, that content is still working for you. I find this works really well on 2 specific platforms. One, YouTube, which we've already discussed here. The second is a website. And I know with AI, things are changing, but content that is written on a website in a blog style format or an informational style format will produce results over a long period of time. Now, the downside is not every piece of content you put out is going to be a rock star piece of content. So I have videos on here on YouTube, and I've got over 500,000 subscribers on my guitar channel, and I'll put out a video and sometimes it'll get 5,000 views. I'll put another video, it'll get 50, okay? And then I'll put another video in like 3 months, it's got 100,000 views. So you just don't know which pieces of content are really going to take off. But the reason I love YouTube so much is you can really leverage it to build your business. If you are someone that is an educator like myself, you have a course, you have something you can teach that you can put in a course to sell, or maybe you have a high ticket product, maybe you do some one-on-one coaching that you sell, YouTube is a great way to promote yourself as an expert, share advice, help people, let them get to know you, let them get to like you, and maybe they'll want to work with you. Okay, so I'm putting out content here on my business channel because what I do is I help entrepreneurs learn how to use and leverage YouTube so that they can build a business that is semi-passive, that allows them a little bit more time, a little bit more freedom, and can produce enough income for them not to be struggling as much. Okay, I work with a lot of people who do it part-time, but I have a lot of people who are like, I want to transition out of this thing I'm doing where I sell time for money, and I want to transition into something more like you're doing so that I could go on vacation and I don't have to worry that I'm going to lose all my income because I'm going on vacation. So since the beginning, I have always used YouTube because I knew it was the greatest platform. Facebook is a pretty close second to me. I haven't really figured out Instagram, to be honest, but I know there's a lot of people who do really well on Instagram, and I know a lot of business professionals that do really well on LinkedIn. The thing I know how to do is YouTube, and I know if I can consistently, and consistently means posting at least one long form video every week, you can build an audience. And sometimes you don't need a very large audience to be successful. I was actually making a full-time income and I didn't even have 100,000 subscribers. I think I might have been in the 25 to 50,000 subscriber range. And I was able to make a six-figure income, okay, on YouTube. And that is the reality of it, especially if you're putting the right content out there that is seeking the right person. So a lot of people, the reason they're not successful with YouTube and putting out content is because they're trying to attract everyone under the sun. So they're putting out a lot of kind of haphazard and random content instead of putting content out for a very, very specific person. Okay, so on this channel, I'm trying to find people who want to do YouTube, people who are entrepreneurs, maybe that already have a business or they're interested in starting up a course, all right? But they're really looking for that freedom aspect of life. They're starting to get burnt out by the grind and they're looking for something different, something that could be semi-passive. Okay, so I'm helping people learn how to leverage YouTube to sell their services. That's what I'm looking for. On my guitar channel, I'm looking for older adults, retirees who want to learn to play guitar later in life. And they're probably beginners, or maybe they've tried for years, or they started and stopped over a number of years, but there's someone who truly wants to learn how to play guitar. They have a passion for wanting to play their favorite songs on the guitar, or maybe they want to create some special memories with family and friends. So my content on that channel is right now directed towards an older person, okay, versus this channel where, my ideal client's probably a little bit younger, maybe in their 30s and 40s, because that's when big transitions happen in life. So instead of going over to every single social media platform and being like, okay, I'm posting over here, I'm doing this and doing that, I did TikTok. I'll admit, I hired an editing company and we did shorts, we did reels, we did TikTok, and we posted, a piece of short form content every day. And we did that for a year. And again, in the grand scheme of things, is that a long time? No, it's not. But did I see the needle move a lot from posting that short form content? No, I didn't. So I went back and I said, okay, I'm just going to go back to doing what I know works, and that's YouTube, and that's getting content, because the content here lives forever. It really does live forever. I could pull up videos on my YouTube channel that are 7 years old, 5 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, that are working for me today, okay? And the great thing about YouTube is you build up this catalog, you build up this back catalog that's working for you all the time. Some of my best performing videos are still videos that I released 2 or 3 years ago in terms of bringing in new leads to my products and services. And the great thing again about YouTube is I get to have a conversation with you. I get to talk to you and I get to tell you who I am, what I believe in, how I can help you. Okay, and that's even the goals of these videos, is just helping you maybe have an aha moment, saying, okay, I'm trying to do everything under the sun. Gary Vee is telling me you got to be everywhere. Alex Hormozi's telling, Grant Cardone's telling me you got to be everywhere. That's great. They have giant teams. They have giant teams of people that help them be everywhere. But where did Gary Vee start? YouTube. All right, Wine Library on YouTube. And granted, Instagram and stuff like that didn't exist, but I doubt in the beginning he would be everywhere, because he is one singular person, and one singular person only has so much time in the day, okay? Eventually, once you start making money, you can delegate and you can expand, and that's why today you see a lot of these big names and brands on multiple platforms and multiple sites, because someone comes in, brings their camera equipment, films it, edits for them, publishes it. They're just filming the content. That is their primary goal, is just to film content, all right? I don't bring in a camera crew. I have my own camera. I have my own lighting, my own lapel. I run my own video. I upload stuff. I have an editor. But basically, they're sitting down, they're filming, and then when they're done filming, that's it. They're done with the process. They have a team that literally handles everything else for them. So if you are one singular person, then you need to focus on YouTube, because it is the best bang for your buck, especially if you are an educator, okay? Because on here, YouTube is a search engine. People are searching for things. people find me like, what is the best guitar for beginners? You know, what's the first chords I should learn as a beginner? Okay, what's the first song I should play as a beginner? You know, my chord changes suck. How do I fix them? Okay, even here, people are like, you know, what are the top things, you know, I should do when starting a YouTube channel? Okay, should I post on every single platform? No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. You should really focus on YouTube. And even if, you know, you don't work with me as a coaching client, as a mentoring client, and I hope one day you become so successful that you do, you know, hire me to coach and help you. But in the meantime, if you're like, I'm just going to get started on this YouTube journey, then I have been successful with this piece of content because I've inspired you to make a change. All right. And that's what you need to do. You need to get out there, put yourself out there, get the content out there, and start inspiring clients to change, okay? Because if you can help people have a little bit of success here on YouTube, like, wow, this was free. What's in the paid portion, okay? I hear it from my guitar students all the time, okay? They're like, I watched, you know, 3 or 4 of your videos on YouTube. You helped me a lot. I bought your course. I watched 6 or 7 videos of yours and I bought your course. I went over to your website and I did your free crash course and I loved it, so I bought your course. Okay, the more you interact with people, the more you show people you can help them and you will help them for absolutely free, the more likely it is that they will work with you. Okay, so that is a very, very important aspect. And that's why, you know, if you go over to creatorlaunchpad.com, my website, you'll see there is a free YouTube crash course because I want to show you, especially if you're just getting started with YouTube, I want to show you how I can help you. I want to show you how I can help you. And if that helps you get started and you make, you know, $1,000 or $2,000 by doing some of the stuff that's in that crash course, awesome. That's what I want you to do. I want you to go over there and you're like, Lauren, I don't know who my audience is. Well, guess what? There's a niche finder course. You can go over and, you know, spend $27 to figure out who your audience is. You don't have to go into this spending $10,000 with a mentor. Okay. You don't have to pay me $1,000 an hour for one-on-one coaching. Okay, not a lot of people can spend that money, all right? And that's why we have like group coaching and you know, different courses and stuff, because not everyone can get my one-on-one time, all right? But same for you. It's like you start by putting the content out there, you help people for free, you have a done for yourself course that's maybe a little less price, and then you have a higher ticket item that you could sell people, and you build a business over time. But forget Facebook, forget Instagram, forget LinkedIn. If you focus on just one thing, it's YouTube, and it is the biggest payoff I've ever had. And if you're interested in learning more about my journey on YouTube and what it actually took, you can go over and watch this video where I'm going to show you the first 5 years of my YouTube journey, what it took to get things going, and how long it took for me to actually go full-time here on YouTube.